Whoop. Durable. Hello everyone, welcome back. Me again. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy and practicing that social distancing. If you're wondering what this is, that is my social distancing Macarena, and feel free to steal it. So today I'm going to be making an AeroPress. This is just like a little baby mini series that I'm going to do as far as all the ways that I like to make my morning coffees with the different coffee equipment that I have. And if you haven't seen my coffee equipment video, go ahead and check that out so you can see all of my little collection. Well, it's actually kind of a large collection. And maybe you have some of those items too, and then we can compare notes. So for starters, let me just get all my AeroPress puns out of the way. This is for me, not you. I know time is pressing. There's a lot of pressure that's going to be on this coffee, and I am very AeroPress with myself for those 3 jokes that I have. Anyways, so the ratios that I'm going to be using for this video are actually inspired by the 2016 AeroPress champ, Philippe. I'm not going to pronounce your last name because I know that I will not say it properly. But congrats, Philippe, on your 2016 success. I make this almost every morning. It is my favorite way to make coffee right now. Just a side note, there are tons of amazing AeroPress videos out there that dive deeper into the specifics. This is just what I'm loving right now, and I don't have to think about it, and it's taken me forever to get to this place where I can literally just make it and not have to look at the ratios. So finally, now let's make an AeroPress. But first up, here are some fun facts about the AeroPress. The AeroPress was invented in 2005 by Aerobie president Alan Adler. He also designed the Aerobie, which can be likened to the Frisbee, but this was used to set 2 former world records. Who knew? Anyways, I digress. So the AeroPress is many things. It's like an onion. It has layers.
Layers! Onions have layers.
Thanks, Shrek. It's affordable, it's durable, it's easy to clean, and because of the pressure, it has a short brew time. Yes. Now the AeroPress wasn't exactly an overnight success. Along with many genius inventions, it was met with skeptics, especially in the coffee industry. But now the AeroPress has taken over the coffee industry and even has its own competition, the World AeroPress Championship. Now in 2008, when it first was held, guess how many competitors it had? 3. It had 3 competitors. I think I've talked enough. Let's make an AeroPress. So here's everything you need for the most part, besides your hot water and your grinder and your mug, of course. And coffee. Most important. So here we've got a little paddle. If you don't have a paddle, you can use a spoon or a chopstick, which is actually what this recipe recommends. These 2 go together. Whoop. Durable. So these 2 go together and stack on top of each other, which you'll see when I make it. Here are the filters. This is what the filter goes into. Let's go. So the coffee that I will be using for this today is from Unity Coffee. I haven't had it before, but it sounds delicious. Oh boy. So as my water is heating right now, I'm going to weigh out 35 grams of my whole bean coffee. Weighed my beans, so now I'm going to grind them in my Encore grinder, and I'm going to set it to 12. You want it to be more on the finer side than the coarser side. Okay, I have everything that I need to be successful in making the best AeroPress of all AeroPresses that ever AeroPressed. So the first thing that we're gonna do is I already put the paper filter in here, and we're gonna take the hot water and then just run that through. Let's just let that sit right there. So there are multiple ways that you can do this, not to get too confusing. So the original way that I had seen was you take your filter and then you twist it into the bottom, and then you put your coffee in, and then you do the water, and then you mix it, and then you put the plunger on top to stop it from draining. I found that I like to do it the inverted way. You take the little plunger and then you put it in first, and then I'm gonna put it on my scale so then I know how much water I'm adding. So let's just dump the coffee right, oop, here, bye. Let's just dump the coffee right in. Love taps. Love tap is a little old place where we can make good coffee. Making sure it's leveled on the scale, pair it. So now I'm going to take my water, which I boiled a little over 200 degrees. I like to do it between 200, 205. That's just me personally. And then I'm going to add 150 grams of water. A 15-second pour. 154. Whoops. So in the video that Philippe does, he likes to take a chopstick and stir for about 20 seconds. I'm gonna start my timer. Little secret, I don't actually do the full 20 seconds because I'm impatient and I feel like it gets the point across. That is nice and stirred. You want to preheat your cup so that way it's not going to cool down your coffee, and then we're just gonna dump the water out. Now this is just my own personal flair, but I like to add my milk first. I like to put it in right after I preheated the mug and just swirl it around a little bit, so then that way the cold milk isn't going to affect the coffee. So it's warming it up to a nice neutral temperature. I'm also using Minor Figures oat milk. The coffee's sitting there looking beautiful, patiently waiting to be pressed. So now that the coffee is steeped, I'm gonna twist that on tightly. I can already hear the air pressure leaving. So here we go. So now I'm going to just flip it over and invert it. And then this is where the pressure is on. Slowly push down. So here we see there's a gap. Here's the coffee, air, plunger. And then you're gonna start to hear a little hiss when you get to the bottom. Wah! So I'm gonna put my cup back on the scale, tare it. So now I'm going to add an additional 100 grams of water. If it's too strong for you, you can add more. I believe the original recipe recommends between 100 and 150. But that's it. Then you made a delicious AeroPress. My fingers are burning, so I'm gonna hold it like this. Wait for it to cool down so then you can actually taste your coffee. Yes. Nailed it. Remember, pressure makes diamonds, but pressure also makes delicious coffee. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. This is Buddy. Oh wait. All right, Buddy, take flight. Thank you.